So it is Testimony Tuesday, and I have a small testimony to share with you all. So let's just dive straight into it. So right now in my life, God had told me, like, you're about to enter into your promise season. Well, what comes before the promise season, right? The wilderness. So right now at my church, we are literally talking about how the Israelites are being led through the wilderness into their promised land. So see how that lines up perfectly. Cool. And so Sunday, my pastor was talking about, he was talking about Exodus 16, verse 29. And it talks about how, when God had rained manna down from heaven, he was going to give them enough for today and for the Sabbath to tie them over. And then they start back over, on the beginning of the week. And so how that applies to my life is, every day now for the past couple of weeks, God has been delivering me daily bread, literally. So I don't know where the provision is going to come from. I just know it's coming, right? Just literally working off faith. And so he talks about Sunday, he goes and he says this.
Gonna get paid. Well, what I've come to discover is if God told me to take an off day, it's only because he's gonna use that day to show me how God, I need somebody that don't mind testifying about how God will be on when you take off.
So, right, that was Sunday. Now it's Monday. I didn't already finish my regular work day. So then my homegirl texted me. She was like, hey, I got somebody that wanted J. Cole concert jersey done, but I'm not going to be able to do it. So I was like, all right, cool, send her my way. So we go over the design. She showed me, like a jersey that she want done, similar to like this one. And, I go through, take it a step further, kill it. And I'm like, boom, seal the deal on that. Cool. So I'm just like, dang, he just made a way for me to get through Tuesday. I'm like, cool. And so then I remember like a couple weeks ago, my homeboy was saying he was going to that same concert and he wanted the jersey done because he just been wanting, just to support the brand. So I'm just like, grateful for that. And so then he calls me like an hour and a half later, like, yeah, I still need that jersey for the J. Cole concert. I said, that's so ironic, bro, because I just got off the phone with somebody doing their jersey and they mock up. And I'm like, here, like, peep theirs, like, if you want some similar, let me know. So we go over his design. And so now I'm running it up on his design and boom, we seal the deal on that. And it's like, boom, and just that quick. If you want to be technical, 48 hours later, they go, God literally making a way all in Monday just for me to get through Tuesday so I can get into Wednesday. Daily bread in abundance enough to cover your next day or your Sabbath in this context. And of course it comes with causes and effect, right? So if you do what God tells you to do, this will happen to you. But if you don't do what God tells you to do, well, this is the result what happens.
Here's what he says. I'm going to bless you so that you will never be tempted to break your Sabbath to meet your need. Lift your hands. Watch this. God is to the place that if you break your Sabbath to meet your needs, you make me feel like I didn't provide them.
And that's just how it is for me. That's my testimony. By Sunday, I heard a word and I received it by faith. And by Monday, I was literally putting work in behind my faith. So here it is Tuesday. I'm literally living in the word God already told me that I was going to walk in on Sunday. So now when tomorrow arrives, I'm going to literally go to work. And then we do Bible studies on Wednesday. So I'm going to go to church, hear another word that God says, receive it, and use it to get through the rest of my week until the weekend for where God got the next instruction for me at. And that's literally how I walk my life out in the seasons like that. And so I'll share this one last gem with you. I once heard a married man say, when you're in covenant with God, and when they got married, him and his wife, he said, we didn't say for better or worse. We said for better and better, because when it's God, it don't get worse. It only gets better. So I received that in Jesus' name. And I just thought that was nice enough to share with y'all. So this is Reese's Roses, and this is Testimony Tuesdays, and this is my gift to you.